I don't wear a watch, and I don't want to win one, I tell the guy in the advert, and I was writing a novel called Four Guys in Search of Dundee, who quickly find it on a map and move there, opening a hotel and serving Margaret Thatcher-shaped toast. For an extra fee, you could order the Tony Blair domestic crime breakfast, a symbolic attack on the importation of tuition fees, punishing college students for having a love of learning, for wanting to educate themselves. In the first 3 months, there had been no guests, which suited the unnamed protagonist who ran the reception desk. He spent his time rehearsing controversial arguments he would make in his Oxbridge interview, hoping to say something the tutor had never heard before that would make them roar with delight, flicking out his or her forked tongue before giving him a reading list several miles long and a ceremonial gown for wanking. The character's catchphrase, "It's no fun being punched in the face." There was one occasion I felt the urge to punch my father, but by then it was too late. At the dinner table one evening, he had casually informed me that I was being taken out of the private school I attended with my brother and my sisters and had been transferred to a state comprehensive, the type of school that barely had the money to run the school minibus and served fish fingers, chips, and beans every day for lunch. My brother and sisters sat quietly smirking. They were to remain in private school, as my protestations gave rise to the inevitable shouting match. Always a mistake to engage my father, bigger and louder, on his preferred terrain. It was thought, my mom told me, when they resumed speaking to me after 2 days of silence, that the move would toughen me up, as if resilience was some skill I needed to master, when growing up in that house had already made me more resilient than any of them. What I needed was my father to master himself and his own problems, to be calm, supportive, present, to provide a home that was peaceful, a safe space, a refuge from the outside world, a place of unity, laughter, fun. Instead, he created division and fear. He was a man who had stopped inquiring, who thought he knew everything, a talker, not a listener. To him, imagination and creativity were useless. Everything was money. Everything was status. Everything was the people.